Welcome, my friends. In this video I'm gonna talk to you about another topic of Python. I'm gonna talk to you about what a variable is. I'm gonna talk about multiple variable assignment. I'm also gonna talk about good practice for naming variables. So we're gonna open idle now. And also we're gonna create a new file. In this file we're gonna save it. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna save as. We're gonna go to that. You can save it anywhere you want or where you wanna save it. Myself, I'm gonna save it here, where I have all my practice Pythons. So I'm gonna call it variable examples. Okay. Alright, so so let's give our name to our script. And the date it's 7/11/24. An objective: show what a variable is. Show good naming practices. And also the last thing we're going to show is multiple variable assignments. And for that I'm going to do swap variable binding swapping. Okay, so the first objective. Okay, so I'm gonna okay, so what a variable is? Well, a variable in programming it's a placeholder, but in Python a variable is a name for a placeholder, for a value holder, for a value holder. Value or is a is a holder for a bucket. You can say a bucket, or like a holder for a holder. I'm gonna call it holder because you can store different types of objects. For a holder, for an object. Okay, so let's say we want to compute area of a triangle. For the area of a triangle, remember that for a right triangle the area is gonna be 1/2 base times. Okay, so it's gonna be area of triangle is gonna be equal to 0.5 times the base times the height. So we need two variables. The base, I'm gonna call it 5.0, and the height I'm gonna call it 10.0. So the area should give me triangle should compute the area of the triangle. So you can see this is a placeholder. Name is a name. A variable is a name, and it holds a value, an object. Here base, the variable base holds the value 5.0, which is a float. Height is a float as well, holds a float right now. So the area of the triangle is going to be equal to that 0.5 times the value of the base times the value of the height, and we're gonna print it just to see what it is. We're gonna say area is equal to area of triangle is equal to plus, remember we have to change then the type of the to a string so we can concatenate it. So we're gonna do area of triangle close parentheses, and we should be able to see, save it, and we should be able to see area of triangle 25. Let's see if that's the case. 0.5 so 0.5 times the height. What is the height? 10. I'm gonna show it like that so that was easy to compute it on our head. 0.5 times 10 is gonna be 5 times 5, 25. So we do get the right answer, 25. Okay. And this is showing good naming practice because we show that the good naming for each. We know a human can read it, but see, this is what you're not supposed to do. You're not to do the following. Suppose the base I'm gonna call it B, and the height I'm gonna call it H, and the area I'm just gonna call it A. So base is B, height is H. So we should be able to see the same result. Let's see if that's the case. So we should be able to see two. Let's see. See, both answers give the same answer. Both methods give the same answer, 25 and 25. The only difference is the naming. So Python doesn't care about the naming, but this is not good. You know why? Because sometimes when you have long programs, you can mix these namings with other stuff. And also you have to be careful about Python because for example, I cannot let a variable print equals 5.0 6.006. We cannot do it like that because print is a reserved keyword in Python, so you cannot use keywords from the language for your namings. So this is not correct. And this also is not correct because you're not being specific about what you're doing. You're just using random names. It may mean something to you, but for other person it's very difficult to read. So this is not good practice. So this is not good practice. And this one is good practice. Okay, next topic we're gonna do multiple variable assignments. So in mathematics or sometimes you're given the x and y coordinates. So let's say you have x coordinate, and you have your y coordinate. Then it's easy to assign let's say the x is gonna be equal to 4.0 and the y is going to equal to 5.6. Let me see something, 1 second. So we save it and we run it. Let's see if I get an error. Yes, it's correct. Yes. This is the way you do it. You put your first variable, then you put a comma, second variable, and then you put the first thing here is gonna be your value assignment to the first variable, and this one, the second, goes with the second variable. So let's print them, okay? So x, I'm gonna call it x is equal to so let's see what we get. So I put 4 in the x and 5.6 on the y. So let's see. You can see x has 4.0 and y has 5.6, so it works. The multiple variable assignment works. Now the last thing I want to show you is how to swap. The multiple variable assignment is useful for swapping. Because look what's gonna happen. Let's say I want to swap. I want x to have 5.6 and y to have 4.0. All I have to do is this. You let your x and y coordinate equal. You swap the order of the assignment as follows. You see y gets x and y gets x and x goes to y. And then to verify that, we just print it. Let's see what happens. We save it, we run it. You can see first we started with 4.0, 5.6, then we swap, we get the opposite, 5.6 and 4.0. So this is a good thing about multiple variable assignment, and this swapping thing is very useful. So I recommend to use this type of multiple variable assignment. So remember, a variable is a name and a placeholder for an object. You need to have good naming practices for variables. You need to be clear about what your program is writing is conveying to the user. And then you can use multiple variable assignment to do swapping, or to make it easy to assign values to multiple variables at the same time. So that's all I wanted to teach you on this video. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Bye bye.